What a beautiful day around the Queen City. Temperatures are just a little bit cooler than they were this time yesterday, in the middle to low 70s. 71 now in Wilmington, 73 here in Cincinnati, greater Cincinnati as well. We got 75s though in Connorsville, Middletown, Georgetown, and West Union, which means low 80s once again for this afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. Happy October, and it's warm. Of course, I don't need to be the one to tell you that. Of course, we've settled into this pattern. We're kind of in the thick of it before it changes early next week. We'll unpack those changes, the storms it takes to get there, coming up in just a few. But for now, let's talk about the now. Warm, dry, plenty of blue sky out there on our Mount Auburn cam. Maybe a little bit of upper level clouds trying to come in from the west, but overall, very calm pattern. Great for the bike rides this afternoon, the walking the dogs this afternoon too. It's 73 here in Cincinnati. Temperatures for this time of year, they're supposed to be, or normally, I shouldn't say supposed to be, they are normally in the middle to low 70s for the afternoon highs. The difference here, of course, it's 12:01. We got at least 4 more hours of warming up to do, and we're going to do so decently. Here's your forecast highs all across the area. Find your neighborhood and find your forecast high. Here in Cincinnati, it's 84 at the International Airport. A little cooler east of Cincy. 80 degrees, the high today for Hillsborough, 82 in Georgetown, 81 out in West Union, and warmer, 85 in Hamilton and Middletown for your forecast highs for today. Now the radar image, it's been super quiet. We haven't even seen anything on satellite either, but changes like we've been forecasting since the weekend arrive today. Very small changes, though, in the form of some clouds. There's that upper level cloud deck that we're talking about out towards Ripley County. It's just providing some shade from the unrelenting sun. It's not going to produce any rain. It's just going to pull in, or not pull in, but rather keep us from seeing the heat that we saw yesterday. So here's what we're getting you ready for your evening ahead. The rest of today, after this high temperature in Cincinnati of 81 degrees, filtered sunshine will take us all the way through your evening, and as the sun sets, it'll do so around 7:20 tonight. It'll pull in cooler temperatures, lower 70s by 8 o'clock. Middle 60s by 11. So if you're heading out to the watch parties tonight for the Reds Game 2 in the World Series, the wild card watch party here, the Reds are facing off against the Dodgers, of course. They lost yesterday, but hopefully the vibes are better today. Forecast is generally the same. At 9:08, first pitch, 67 degrees. No rain in sight here in Cincinnati, so head out to the banks, cheer on the Reds in whatever way that you please. The weather is not going to impact you today and through much of the next 5 days. It's just going to be relatively warm for this time of year. We're talking 80 degrees for tomorrow's forecast high, 82 for Friday, Saturday, 83 for Sunday and Monday. I want to show you the muggy meter though, because we are starting to notice early next week a little bit more of that summer-like humidity returning back to the tri-state. That is ahead of some showers and thunderstorms. So of course we do need the rain and the humidity to see the rain. But up until then, just comfortable, dry for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and for Sunday, but later in the day, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, that's when you'll notice a little bit more humidity coming into play, and eventually the rain will start falling. Tuesday is the next best chance, or yeah, it is the next best chance for some showers and storms here in Cincinnati, but it's not looking too impressive in rainfall totals. We're not talking about inches upon inches of rain, but rather enough to say it happened, and then cooler changes behind it. Something a little bit more fall-like will settle in by Wednesday of next week. So we'll unpack that in your 7-day coming up in just a few. See if you have any questions coming on in this afternoon. And Danny just says, let's go Reds. Absolutely. Let's go Reds. And hopefully, like I mentioned, the vibes will be a little different tonight. All right, let's go ahead, take a look at the timing, what we know about our next best chance for showers and storms, which keep in mind, it's not this week, it's next week. Monday, a straight shower chance. As soon as you see it, it will start to lose steam. It's potentially just notice extra sticky air back here in the tri-state. Whereas Tuesday's different. That's when we're forecasting actual rain showers, some rumbles of thunder. For most of us, it's going to be in the afternoon. Here's 4 o'clock, the deeper green's getting closer, and then the yellow's creeping in as well around 9 o'clock in the evening. Again, this is Tuesday of this upcoming week, and behind that round of showers and storms is something a lot more fall-like. We're talking temperatures in the low 70s for the afternoons. So up until then, though, it is very warm, it is very dry, but it is not too warm to be outside. So the plans, your outdoor fall festivities that you're excited for this weekend, if that includes football, if that includes the corn mazes, maybe just includes a little bit more of staying at home, taking care of the lawns and the gardens, I got a great forecast for you guys. Up until this weekend, it's going to be nice and dry. And then here comes the humidity coming into play for Monday. That provides an afternoon chance for some showers. But our next real chance is going to be Tuesday. I would expect some showers and storms here in your neck of the woods as well. Temperatures that afternoon in the upper 70s. And then look at those temperatures behind it. We're talking the low 70s for Wednesday, for Thursday. So you can only, this is next week. You can only imagine what the morning lows are going to look like, which with enough clearing, yeah, we'll be dropping into the 40s for the mornings this time next week. So something a lot more fall-like for that second week of October. Yes, the second weekend of October, I should say, as today is the first day of October. Tommy's asking, can you turn the heat down a little bit? It's October now. Yeah, let me get on that, Tommy. I'll work my magic, see what I can do for you guys. No, I mean, while it is warmer than where temperatures are normally at for October, it's at least dry. We're not factoring too much in regards to humidity, therefore not seeing much in the way of rain. So it's a pretty boring forecast, but it does have you working a little harder to keep the lawns and gardens tidy, manual watering, the sprinklers, things of that nature too. But any of your outdoor plans, the practices, the football games, the soccer games, the cross-country matches, or meets, not matches, and just being outside, you're not going to have to worry about much. Maybe just too much sun at once is your biggest concern here in the 7-day forecast up until Tuesday, in which we do have that chance for showers and storms. So today's Wednesday, which means we get a new drought monitor map tomorrow. And because we saw a good amount of rain last week, I expect a good amount of change in this map that you see here. Maybe not drastic change because we've been pretty dry ever since, but I suspect more of us will have lifted out of the moderate drought category, which most of us are in right now, except for Highland County, the Hillsborough area, and then this tiny little sliver of Adams County, which is under severe drought at this point in time. To give you a better idea of where other people are facing here in the Ohio Valley, our drought is pretty tame compared to parts of very southwestern Kentucky, the eastern side of the Appalachian Mountains, out in West Virginia, even closer to the Youngstown area, or I guess that's east of Youngstown, where we do have some extreme drought settling into parts of the Buckeye State, even up towards my old stopping grounds. Findlay area near Bowling Green is also under extreme drought at this point in time. But no, here locally it's not too bad. This time last year was a lot worse, a lot more comfortable, a lot more extreme in spots too. Whereas this year we do have, not only do we have the statewide burning regulations, but in some counties, the ones you see here, we have the burn bans on top of it as well. So Franklin County in southeastern Indiana, Bracken County there in northern Kentucky, and that's going to be limiting your burning of campfires, bonfires, yard debris. If you're cleaning up the lawns and gardens after a busy summer, can't do so in the form of fire, but grilling out is a-okay here in Cincinnati, in the greater Cincinnati area. We'll take a look here at your radar image one more time. I'm going to see if I can pull up I'm going to pull up our web story about the burning regulations, because that's, of course, new information that is very timely for the area going on right now. So I don't believe, actually, that we have anything we don't have a web story on it. Okay, so I'm just going to take you to ODNR's website, in which you can kind of see the regulations in open burning here, in which we're not allowed in the months of March, April, May, October, and November between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. To have open burning, or to openly burn. So let me pop this in, take you to the website right now, which here you guys are. You can actually do this to yourself. This is ohiodnr.gov. And you can see, read it for yourself, that we have this burn ban in place, or burning regulations rather, that we see every single year. And that's because we're so dry. We don't have a lot of rain going on. And it's so common that we see this weather pattern that they've opted to just have these regulations annually. So that includes October and November. The next couple of months, no open burning between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. So during the heat of the day when the sun is out, maybe the wind's a little bit stronger, not allowed to have open fires. Just keep this in mind as the new month is here. Those regulations are in effect, not just for Ohio, but also for the state of Kentucky too. Okay, so if you have any more questions coming on in, Tommy's saying 70s, let's go. I know, we're so excited, right? And JD's asking what the weather is for Canton tomorrow morning. Canton? I don't know. Let me look. We can see together. I'm assuming it's more of the same, in which we've seen temperatures a little bit warmer, but perhaps because it's Canton, it's a little bit closer to the lake, and we have a nice northerly wind. Maybe it's going to be in the upper 70s in Canton, but still nice and sunny up that direction. No big weather worries for them, as we don't have much going on here in the atmosphere, and maybe some afternoon clouds, but that's it. That's all we got going up in Canton. But for our forecast area, low 80s, mostly sunny skies all the way through that weekend forecast too. So I believe that's all I have prepared for you guys today, as it's a pretty boring forecast. It's very comfortable to be outside. It's going to stay the way all the way through your weekend until Tuesday of next week, in which we're tracking some stormy changes here, and I'll have the latest information on that coming up on Fox 19 at 3. But for now, signing off here in Queensgate, I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and happy October.